Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. You may have noticed on the channel that I haven't put up any new lore videos in about 2 months now. And for a bit, during this little break I was taking, I started to make other short form content. I started making Age of Sigmar meme videos, which got pretty decent amount of views on both YouTube and TikTok, but they lacked the kind of substance that I wanted to put through with my content. And the entire point of why I was even making these short form lore videos of Age of Sigmar. I've been in the gaming industry for about 17 years now, and one of the major points of my career was figuring out how to get new people into gaming brands. When I looked at Age of Sigmar, something really piqued my interest about it that I just couldn't take my eyes off of. When the pandemic started, I needed something to do while sitting in a bunch of the corporate meetings that I was stuck in. And I decided, why not use this time to learn how to paint miniatures? I had played Dungeons and Dragons in the past, printed out a couple things in Hero Forge, but I wouldn't consider myself very good at painting, and I was always interested in Warhammer. When I started to get into Age of Sigmar, I realized what an absolute mess this product was from a lore perspective. Looking at it, it looked like it was very half-baked, which I think a lot of people can probably agree with. And this isn't a rant or some sort of, hateful comment toward Age of Sigmar, but I was really interested in seeing how they were going to build this new universe, this new world to attract people into their franchise. I found it very interesting because when Warhammer Fantasy died and they moved into Age of Sigmar setting, this is when D&D started to take off again, right? We started to get lots of podcasts, a lot of shows, a whole new look at fantasy again that started sprouting up. And it felt like Warhammer Age of Sigmar was not really capitalizing on this opportunity to bring new people in because the Mortal Realms are confusing. They're weird. And so I watched. I watched to see how Games Workshop was going to make Age of Sigmar something solid, something grounded that people can really understand and get into it. And I'm starting to think that with the Dawnbringer Crusades and where they're at right now, I think we're starting to get there and we're going to see what it is they envisioned Age of Sigmar to be and how they're going to attract new people with that. Which is one of the reasons I made my short form lore content. The lore was all over the place for Age of Sigmar. It was really crazy in the beginning. Then you got into a lot of talk about the evolving pantheon and alliances, not so much talk about the mortals. Then we started talking about the mortals. And Age of Sigmar was just something that I found that I had to collect battle tomes, I had to read all these different novels, I had to get into the Soulbound RPG. And I'm not saying this as a means of, oh man, you have to read all this. I got into these things. Like I wanted to know more. I wanted to start to piece things together. And it's why I started making this short form content to make it easier for people to understand Warhammer Age of Sigmar's lore as I was understanding it. And the reception's been great. People have been telling me that they like my videos, that they really help them understand what's going on in this franchise and this brand. And I'm really appreciative and grateful for those comments. I'm very appreciative for all the people that have subscribed and followed and favorite these videos, put them in their playlists, show it to their friends. I really appreciate that the work that I was doing was worthwhile for you all as I was kind of experimenting with my fascination of what Age of Sigmar brought. But it seems that the interest overall from an algorithm standpoint in Age of Sigmar isn't really there. On both YouTube and TikTok, the viewership's not that great. If you look at other Age of Sigmar channels, their viewership's not all that great compared to 40K, and this isn't saying everyone's got to make 40K content and 40K is the superior one. I'm just saying that the interest of users to look at Age of Sigmar is not necessarily there right now for someone to dedicate their channel to it at the same way that a 40K YouTuber or content creator might do. Now, I think there is someone on YouTube that I love their lore videos, and I think most people do too, which is 2PlusTough. I like the calm demeanor that he has. I like the vibe that he sets for the content he puts out there. But for me, making those memes didn't have the substance I wanted, and these short form videos, while I think that they were very useful for you guys, and for me to go back and look at, I want to do something with more substance for myself. I've been in the gaming industry, like I said, for 17 years. I've interviewed developers, I've launched products, I have created proofs of concept, I have worked on experiences for entire brands. I've set together brand tenants. I've had a very interesting gaming career compared to most people. I didn't have what was called like a traditional role. Basically, the entire 17 years was just me evolving what I was doing, how I was involved with these brands. There isn't like a rec for what I was doing. It was Umar. That was my job for 17 years, was to try to make these brands better. And what I think I want to start doing is really showcasing on YouTube and TikTok why I love gaming. I have loved gaming since I was 5 years old, playing the Nintendo and being scared of the Goombas and Super Mario. And I had to have my dad, play it to get me over the fear. Getting over that fear, I just dove into gaming. I just loved it. It has been something that has gotten me through a lot of tough times in my life. There are things that I would say a lot of my most memorable experiences with friends and in life in general were through gaming. I've been everywhere. I've done events. I've seen games get made. I've seen so many things in the gaming industry that I got to experience that I would like to kind of share my perspective on how gaming means so much to me, and also how we can try to change things within the gaming industry to be a bit more honest with consumers. The next series that I'm going to go over is going to go over the purchase path of purchasing a 16-inch gaming laptop from Asus ROG, Lenovo Legion, and Alienware. These are the three brands that, from the research that I've done, have the most mind share within the gaming industry. And during the month of November, there's going to be aggressive sales to try to push these products in front of you. But they go beyond just tech specs. There are certain things about each of these laptops that adds value, lowers value, and I'm going to try to help someone evaluate where they can find the value across these different products and which one is the best for them. I'm going to be reviewing their websites for a purchase path review, and then I'm going to be going over an UBI, a review of the product itself, as well as some performance numbers used in a regular environment. I'm not going to be doing any sort of performance lab, which I did run at for a couple of years now. I'm not going to be doing any performance testing within like a performance lab. I'm going to be using it in a regular space, right? Just regular desk area, and we're going to be playing the games, not any sort of like formulated special lab to do performance. I'm going to be looking at this from the consumer's point of view, and we're going to be looking at that performance together as well as weigh the value of each of these products. I think that these videos will be pretty interesting, as well as other videos that I have planned for the channel to kind of go over what I think about the gaming industry, how gaming has evolved, and other things that can keep us honest on our purchases, and also try to help these other brands figure out different ways to try to connect with the users outside of creating products that are meant to push out procurement parts and be beholden to stockholders instead. To say that I'm nervous about making these videos is an understatement. It's something I've been trying to get over for the past couple of weeks, but I'm also very excited about going down this path of making these videos. I hope that you guys continue to watch my channel and that you guys find value in what I'm trying to put together. This isn't an end to my Warhammer content. I will still be making Warhammer content because I still haven't physically played an actual full game of Age of Sigmar, and I still want to document that journey. I'm still finishing up my Kruleboyz. I will be getting Realms of Ruin when that comes out as well. And honestly, I'm grateful for all of you viewers over the past year that have been watching my Warhammer content and have been there along the ride with me. And I hope to see you guys in the future and continue to watch my videos. Until then, I hope you stay safe, be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.